Hey YouTubers, so this is my mango seedling, and I got it from eBay about a few months back, and it's always been in this pot, and I don't like it in this pot because I'm running out of space. That's why I cut it, and we got two branches coming out, so that's good. But let's get to the nitty gritty. Now, if you just tap gently on the bottom of the pot, just remove that out the way. It should just slide out. Just like. Okay. Well, that just shows me how compact this soil is. I don't like that. Look, we've even got worms in there by the looks of it. I don't know if that was a worm. I think I saw a worm in there. So I've read up that mangoes don't like their roots being messed about with, and they don't like being repotted. So I thought, hey, why don't we repot? Because you're not going to learn if you don't try it. And that looks like a root there, doesn't it? Fresh one. It is growing well. But I don't like how compact that soil is. It holds on to the water just for too long. Now I just like to use my fingers and just finger the soil gently, just to break it apart. Now that's not always easily done with other trees. Now that is the actual seed pod that I grew it in. Well, I didn't grow it in that, but it was grown in. We don't need that. Is that still attached? If not, we'll get rid of that. See, that's all starting to rot. I don't like that, because you'll get root rot, and it will inevitably be the death of the tree, and you don't want that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to finger all this soil away from the roots, like so. And it is coming apart, it's coming away from the roots quite well, actually. Now, mango trees like a sandy, loamy soil. Well, that's tough, because that's not my mix. Now, the mix I use is akadama, pumice, and lava rock, with a little bit of potting compost. Now we'll just move that out the way, and we'll look for a suitable pot to repot this into. So I've got this one, and I'll just try and sort the roots out in some sort of way. No, that's not going to work, is it? Let's go back to the drawing board. I found this one. Now, if we manipulate the roots in some sort of way, that will work. Now you're going to have lots of air pockets by looking at that root system, but before we start putting the soil in, you want to put a little bit on your base. You're going to put it straight down into the pot, and that is my mix. Now that wasn't cheap. I got 14 litres of akadama for 25 quid, and I got 14 litres of pumice for 25 quid, and I got 4 kilos of lava rock for 16 quid, and pot and compost as well. It's not that much money, is it? So yeah, I've made a big mix up to repot for quite a few of my indoor trees anyway. I'm not repotting any outside ones just yet. We are only in January. So I'm happy with that. I think that's level with the pot. And what you want to do is you just want to add a little bit at a time and pat it down with your tip of your finger, just to get rid of any air pockets that would be in this because of how that root structure was. It was quite a solid mass, which You just do that, that's fine. With that, and then after having it watered, it'll be sufficient enough. You won't get any air pockets. We just arrange some of the roots, and we do exactly the same thing on the other side. Now I don't know if this is going to die. Maybe, if it doesn't like its roots messed about with, and it's not a a loamy soil, but it is well draining. It is well draining, so it's got that going for it. And I'm not going to give it any feed just yet. I want it to acclimatise into the pot that I've just put it in. Now, where I've done all that tapping, that's sufficient enough to hold it up its own weight now, so that's good. So what you want to do is just add more soil up to that pot, the top of that pot line, and maybe somewhere there. Ta-da! And we're there. So yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfecto. Now, just to bind that all together and keep that in, you want to water that ASAP, like right now, because that'll help bind all those particles together, and hopefully it won't die. Now, I've got a little watering can, but you could use a bigger one, but I wouldn't advise it, because you've just repotted and it'd make all the soil go everywhere. I suppose you're wondering why I have got that little bit of wire poking out of the top of the spout. Well, I like to recycle my water from the pots, and I pour it straight back into the watering can. And then I recycle that water, and you'll get bits of stone or whatever stuck in the spout. So all you have to do is just tug on the wire a few times and it dislodges it, and then you can start watering again. I know, it's a great invention, isn't it? Yeah, I invented that. Yeah. Patented. So I think we're just about there. Now this will be going back in my tropical tree setup at a temperature of 26 degrees, and I hope it will survive. And if you want to find out, then I suggest you subscribe. So that's it. That's my mango bonsai tree hopeful.